Hello everybody, welcome back to another video made by Fun Things. Please subscribe if you do enjoy. Uh, Now I know your first question will probably be, as a commentary channel, why aren't you making a video about Jay Schlatt banning tens of thousands of people for having a certain username? Because honestly, every commentary channel and their mother has already talked about it. So I want to talk about something a bit new, and that is the Reddit IPO. I mean, it's not very new, and if you're on Reddit, uh, you've probably already seen it. But if you're not, and I'm guessing a lot of people are not, uh, it's an IPO. If you don't know what it is, it's like when a share for a company, like a stock for a company, originally goes public. It's known as an IPO, and uh, and Reddit has recently announced that they are trying to file for an IPO. Now, this could mean several things for Reddit. Well, for example, if you've ever been on Reddit, you know there are a lot of different people saying a lot of different wild things, talking about a wide variety of topics, disagreeing, having different opinions on it, that sort of that sort of stuff, all that sort of, like, it could be the greatest thing in the world and the worst thing in the world, and it's gonna be on Reddit either way. And if there are shareholders to appease, because if you own a person who owns one share of a company versus someone who owns 1% of a company, that's a big difference. But they're gonna have vast arrays of shareholders that they're going to have to appease. And in the future, Reddit's a place where a lot of different things are said. Some bad things, some good things, in my opinion. And what's going to happen is these shareholders don't want to, be invested in a site that is going to have things that a lot of people in that use social media are going to find bad. They're going to want that off the site. So in future years, when the IPO is all bought up and it's a well-known share, certain shareholders are going to try to get people banned, get subreddits, which are like the little groups that are happening. They're going to try to remove the ones that stand against chances of making bigger amounts of money. And that is something that might change. Another thing that might change is just so a lot of things are like saying, like, if you look this up, it'll be like Reddit, the company famous for Wall Street Bets, r/Wall Street Bets, is uh, whole like investing stuff and all that stuff with GameStop and all that, is launching an IPO. But if they have bunches and bunches of different shareholders, once again, the shareholders might vote to change how subreddits are made. Like, Wall Street Bets might not be ran by like the one creator anymore. Well, of course, there's several moderators, but rules might change. Like, because Reddit is a very individual centric site. You have your own opinions, you have your own character. Everyone can track your history though, so you can see what this person's opinions are, and everyone creates their own, or some people create their own subreddits and run them themselves. Sorry. And this means that people are going to, like, as I said before, say certain things. And it's going to be like, I make the rules for my subreddit. That's the thing that happens. But if this share gets to a certain point, it might be like, no, we set up the rules for every individual site, or we do the things for every individual site, or you need to file to create your own little site under our thing. And that is all just depending on what the shareholders know. And that's the big change. Shareholders are going to control a lot more of Reddit. And that's honestly a negative for the whole company. because the thing that makes Reddit what it currently is, like with Wall Street bets, with people YOLOing their money to doing crazy schemes to make more money and drive up prices of different shares, that will all be eradicated if there's people invested in the company. Because people don't want their company, the company they're invested in, to be known as this wild company. And while the wildness, like, I'm annoyed by the wildness when I'm on there quite a bit, but at the end of the day, it's very important to keep a bit of that flair in the company, because, or in the site itself, not even in the company, just in the site itself, because it's what makes Reddit different. Like, it makes it different from Instagram. Like, Instagram, TikTok, even YouTube a bit, Visco, I don't know. All these different companies, Facebook, I guess, all these different companies, they all have generally the same setup. You look at different people's opinions, and you sort of just sit there. But you can subscribe to certain people. You can join certain communities. Like in YouTube, you can join a community, I guess, by subscribing to someone, hanging out in their comment section and stuff. But on Reddit, it's vastly different. Reddit is like if you made like a group chat or one of those message boards into a massive Instagram, because before you're just talking on your own little post. You're like post yourself like in the Grand Canyon doing something, and people are going to be like, "Oh my god, that's so cool. Oh my god." But that's all the conversation is going to be. Maybe someone will be like, "I don't like the Grand Canyons," and that person is dumb. But here, like, it's not really going to grow into like, "Oh, it's the canyon community versus the anti-canyon community." It's just going to be like it's just going to be some guy saying something to someone else, and that's it. But on Reddit, it's a massive message board for many different individual subjects. Like on r/Bitcoin, for example, you're talking about Bitcoin or other cryptocurrency most of the time as well. And this means that it's a giant message board. Someone throws out an idea like, what if Bitcoin rises a couple of cents? We can do all this and whatever. And then someone will be like, no, I disagree. Or someone will say, yeah, I agree. Or let's YOLO our money or something like that. And people just talk down this message board until the post sort of fizzles out into like, it's no longer important anymore. And this is what will happen. This is what happens on Reddit. But it's not very much of like a safe bet for an investment, because it means it's not cookie cutter. Most people are not going to instantly join it. This can lead to a wide variety of instances, but most importantly, it's going to be like shareholders are going to want to change that. They're going to want to make it a cookie cutter Instagram, and maybe they won't have majority shares, maybe it won't happen, but most people are going to want it to be exactly like Instagram, just to make it simpler and to make it more advertisable to different people. And that's like a big part of it. That's like an inescapable thing. But that's sort of the big part about it. Like for Reddit, shareholders are going to want to change it. Like I'm considering buying a couple of shares, and I'm never going to plan on trying to change it. But I know there are people out there who will want to make it cookie cutter to make more money. But just in general, also to do with the Reddit IPO, I've been seeing a lot of things on like Wall Street bets on people wanting to hype it up to the point of absurdity to make it worth a lot of money. So that's pretty interesting. We'll see if that really happens. I don't know exactly how much the share price is. I looked it up once and it was like $30. I'm probably 100% wrong on that, so do not quote me on that. But it's definitely a possibility. But here's another thing: Reddit doesn't see. There's this big debate of like, how is Reddit gonna make any money? It barely has ads. I think people are confused. Like maybe people only scroll for like 2 seconds, but the amount of ads I get scrolling is insane. I'm maybe in like they call it a banana, like how far you can scroll for that for like an hour or whatever, because they have like certain amount of things. I don't know, it's confusing. They call it a banana. The amount you can scroll for like one banana, you're probably gonna get like 2 ads. And I know 2 ads is like, well, that's not a lot. Maybe that's like 10 cents. Think about it from like a million people scrolling. If it's 10 cents, it's a whole lot more money. I can't do fast math. Oh my god. Wait, let me think about let me think about this. A lot of you have probably already done it in your head. I'm gonna look it up, and so it's gonna be a lot of money. This is embarrassing. Times, I think it's $10,000. Yeah, it's $10,000. That's really embarrassing. But what's important, of course, is that it'd be $10,000. That's $10,000, and roughly speaking, you can refresh it like every 2 hours. So this is like me, like highly speculating. So don't take it, but it would be quite a bit of money. So while people are like trashing it and saying it's not gonna make anything, they are wrong. Like maybe it won't make much more than it's currently making, but it's gonna be worth something, and it will probably go up because as companies become more public, more people want to make it worth more money. So they're gonna try to add more ads. They're gonna want to try to add like like you might have like Reddit memberships over time. Like people agreeing to sign up, like the head of Wall Street Bets being like, yeah, Wall Street Bets will join like a membership type thing. And these memberships, I guess you'd call them, would be like, I don't know, they'd be like your stereotypical YouTube membership, like, oh, we'll make money, yada yada yada, in agreement that we show more ads or whatever. And that is something that might happen. This is 100% speculation, no connection, 100% speculation. But these are things that happen with a lot of companies, which I guess is just a bit interesting. But sort of wrap it up. What I'm trying to say is like, if you want an investment, and I think this might be like, I'm definitely gonna invest in this. If you want to invest in like a new IPO, something that might grow into something special, I think when when the Reddit IPO comes out, people are gonna spend a lot of money on it over time, and I think the price is gonna go up. So at least I'm hopeful of that. But I just want to say, subscribe if you didn't enjoy the video. Oh, and also, what was it?